It's Morphin time!
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-toothed tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
Power Rangers!
All right. Okay. Welcome back to the DYNA CAST. Today, I've been doing this for 2 years now. This is actually a 2-year anniversary.
Dude, perfect
Dude,
timing.
yeah,
Perfect timing for what
congratulations.
we're about to talk about.
The 2-year anniversary special of the DYNA CAST. So here we are, and I'm still not any better at doing intros. So today, we're going over Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Once and Always.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my fellow Rangers with me here.
Sup. Yeah, I'm Nate. Usually at the comic book hideout, I go by 10 because we got 2 Nates here. So, it's interchangeable. But I've been a Ranger fan. Honestly, I'd say since I was born, like literally, straight out of the womb, just like the original season. And there we go. This series means a lot to me. I actually took up like martial arts because the show inspired me. It's kind of a weird set of circumstances. Like when I was in first grade, I got into a fight and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take like karate, like the Power Rangers. And when I become a teenager, like Zordon's going to like beam me up and I'm going to fight like Lord Zed, man. I had a weird like mindset where it was just like, Batman, you had to have money, but if you're Power Rangers, you have to know like
you just got to know
arts.
how to fight.
Yeah, you have to like know how to fight, and you have to be a teenager with attitude. I'm like, that's like just 2 things, man.
And we also have Gio here with us with the entire morphing grid behind him.
Hi, I'm Gio Alvarez, and I'm a fan too since the very beginning, '93. So I also I'm a vector artist. So yeah.
Oh, hell's yeah.
Yeah. So as you know, I am also a big Power Rangers fan. If you couldn't tell by the stuff behind me, been watching since '93 as well. My favorite Ranger is Jason.
I would say same.
If you couldn't tell,
same.
It's just kind of weird that we're not gonna have any more Power Rangers for a little bit. We'll get to that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Power Rangers Once and Always is the anniversary special I always wanted. Like there was the 10th anniversary special, Forever Red, and since then anniversaries were just not great.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a problem, so I'm just like, it took 30 years to get something halfway decent.
Yeah.
So like when this show opened, sadly, 2 of the Rangers are not with us anymore. Thuy Trang and Jason David Frank.
Yep.
And when that opened and I heard their voices, I started crying a little bit.
Oh God, no! Like that was like same on my end. Like I heard those like recordings, I teared up a little bit. I'm like, I gotta be strong. Like I can't go through this teary-eyed. And then when they got to like that very end where it was like in memorial, like I just started falling.
Yeah.
I watched that once. I can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
Same.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like when I watched that episode, I'm like, oh my God, here goes Kimberly singing again.
God,
but now like it's a different context to it now, and I'm just like,
Yeah. And
I can't do it.
The way they did it, it felt like it was meant for them. So
yeah. So like, I mean, like this whole like Jason kind of passed as this was filming, so this whole thing was centered around Trini. But now I'm like, in the future, are we gonna get something for David? For Jason? I just kind of wonder. It'll be kind of cool to see, or even a comic book, or
they actually technically did like a comic about
Yeah,
it.
the Soul of the Dragon was.
Soul of
I
the
mean,
Dragon.
it was
Yeah.
cool then,
Mhm.
but now think back on it, I'm just like,
Yeah, there was also the 30th anniversary comic, and they kind of did like a JDF send off where they tried to make it like
I
happy ending.
Yeah,
didn't get that yet.
that
I
one
was
was
in
good.
the I was in your shop and I looked at the cover. I forgot to flip through it.
Oh god.
Because
No,
Amy
really,
Amy Jo did something in that, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no,
she's
so they-
going to do like her own like
Is she doing a
reunion, but in the comics.
mini-series or was it
Yeah.
just that?
Yes. Yeah, no, so
yeah, she's going to do that, and there's like an intro in the anniversary
Oh,
special.
okay.
yeah, so yeah, that issue it had like a JDF send off, a roll call off with like different artists doing like, the roll call, and then a teaser for a Ranger Academy.
One thing about Power Rangers that always gets me is the music, and Ron Wisserman came back to do the soundtrack, but like the Redux is like this digital version of all the music, and it just sounds digital, and it's not like the hard organic kind of sound of the kind of butt rock of the 90s.
More I would say it's more butt metal. Like it's like it's weird. No, so like I was kind of like, listening to like Judas Priest, and they got to like a Hammer and the Anvil, and like they started like, doing a solo. I'm like, wait, I know those riffs. They literally the Power Rangers theme is just like those like
Yeah,
riffs.
I listened. There's Quiet Riot and Triumph that I could tell that's like inspiration for Ron Wisserman, because there's some Power Ranger hues in there.
Because I think like he came out and said like, it was basically metal inspired, like more power metal and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I did find an interview with Ron, and he said that he didn't want it to do the same over again, so he made something more contemporary.
Mm.
Yeah,
it
sounded like orchestral,
Yeah.
but like Power Ranger orchestral, as opposed to like he just made a bunch of songs,
Yeah.
and he just put them in there.
I feel you, because I always appreciate when I watch the Power Rangers movie, the one from the '95, when the movie ends and they say "Thank you, Power Rangers," and then there's Dreams by Van Helsing, and music starts, and I'm like, oh, this one fits really good.
Yeah, every time I hear that song now, I think about that movie. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for technically, all the Mighty Morphin Rangers returned in some way or form. Some way, shape, or
like
form.
asterisks, like everybody was there.
But in person, we had Catherine Hillard, Zach Taylor, Rocky De Santos, Billy Cranston. Then we had Jesus. I know my Power Rangers, trust me.
It's okay.
Catherine Hillard, Billy Cranston, Zach Taylor, Rocky De Santos, Min Kwan, the new Yellow Ranger, Trini Kwan, Tommy Oliver, Adam Park, Aisha Campbell. Insert actor name, because as soon as I hit Cat, I was going to do the actors' names, but then I hit Cat because Cat Hillard is also Catherine Sutherland.
Like it's
beautiful.
Yeah.
So everybody's back, but only a few were in action, and it was nice to have like a mix of the entire season of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it wasn't just the core original 6. And it was someone from season 2, some from season 3, some from season 1, and it was nice to see Cat scream pterodactyl as opposed to Pink Ranger power.
Yeah.
So,
nice. And I think it was the first time she ever did that.
That was
it absolutely
first time. Yeah. His first time. Rocky, well, he kind of sort of piloted the Tyrannosaurus dinosaur.
Yeah.
but it turned into a dragon as he was doing it.
Yeah.
But it was nice just seeing them do things that they never done. They use the core powers of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and not the offshoot of Sentai.
I really appreciated that they got the voices back, even if they didn't play a major role like Alpha. And well, for me that's very nostalgic when you hear and all that. It was so nice. And I wish we could have seen Adam and Aisha a bit more, because they seemed like they could have done something like better.
I feel like Adam was the one who came back all the time, so it was nice. It kind of had him, he was there, but Zach hasn't been back since season 2, so it was nice.
That was I was gonna say, this is the strong point of like the special. It's like they're bringing back people we haven't seen in or at least seen in person in like a long while. It's like, God, I know Walter kind of like goes to conventions and stuff, but
it's different.
It's different. It's just like, hey, I was like Gen 1 Black Ranger. And it's just like, oh man, that's cool. Like, but it's like, I think more people will know Adam, and because mostly Johnny Young Bosch has just done a crap ton of stuff after like Power Rangers, but it was good to see like Walter.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, it's good to see Walter back in like the suit and everything, like him getting back into the groove of things. Like it was just really nice seeing like old friends we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was just like you seen the old homies again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently watching Johnny Young Bosch and Ultraman Blazar. I will not stop talking about Ultraman Blazar, just for the record. Go ahead, Gio.
Oh yeah, what I was going to say is that it felt like the reunion was designed to be like an anniversary for the first season, and they couldn't get all the Rangers together, and they had to commit.
They kind of just worked with what they had, huh?
Yeah. But it felt nice that they focused on just one season, and they only had the Dino powers and all that, and it was nice.
Yeah, they didn't try to do everything. They just it was, wheat bread Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And whoever was there,
focus. Like,
it
knew what it kind of like wanted to be, like at least with characters and what they wanted to focus on.
Also, apparently there were promo images taken, because if you go to Charlie, her Instagram, and she has that picture of her with the Yellow Ranger helmet, kind of like doing that pose like from the comic book,
Oh yes,
and like those are promo images we're never going to see, and I'm kind of sad.
That upsets me, because they did the same for Cosmic Fury, and because they used the pictures in the production when you see the wanted signs on But you won't see. They didn't even make it more posters or anything. But the producers say that there was literally no budget for that. So it was weird. If you don't have budget, then why you did the photo shoot and all that? And he said that they did it because before they start shooting, they gotta try the light, like the lighting and all that.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So that the look good, and all the settings and all that. So that's why they did it. But I don't know. I mean, if you already have those, why don't you just use it for to promote it?
Well, speaking of suits, all the Mighty Morphin gear got nice upgrades. It was the same, but it was like modernized a little bit.
Yeah,
like the suits kind of looked like the season 3 version of the suits, but the diamonds had this texture to it.
Yeah,
and even the diamonds on the chest were a little glossy, and they had like the poofy neck.
Just
a little bit.
It looked like way cleaner. Like, and it wasn't. God, I'm having flashbacks to like season 2's like costumes, where it's like it was very, very clearly like the budget costumes.
Yeah,
but like
it was like season 1 they used the Zoo Ranger suits.
Yep.
And season 2 they like made their suits. Like, we
Yeah.
don't want these expensive suits.
Oh yeah, no, because like
And then like season 3 was more. It looked a little bit better, but not necessarily how the originals did.
no, yeah, absolutely. Like this one definitely, I would say like great suit design. Like even like kind of just the brief like Tommy full suit
And
like
he
that
has
looks
the new armbands.
yeah he has like those I mean going bashing on season 2 even more like at least like the Dragon Crest like it didn't look like foam, it looked like actual good like material.
Oh, his shield.
Yeah, like the Dragon Shield was like just a weird like foam that you get at like
I like how
like a poncho or
cosplayers use
something
that
like that.
now.
Yeah.
I was like, you kind of appreciate it, but at the same time, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
more like the material you'd find at like the Halloween like Green Ranger costume with like the with the like flimsy plastic mask.
Yeah. Even a Megazord got it. It seems like if you want to talk like kind of head canon, it's like, well, the dinosaurs they exploded, you know, and they were in different forms. It's like, can you turn this back into a dinosaur even though it exploded? So it's almost like Billy just kind of, through Cranston Tech rebuilt the dinosaurs, and they're just all new, and it looks like the Hasbro Zap Megazord.
Yeah,
the Tyrannosaurus look like a dang alligator. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. But the first time I watched it, because they recreated the old footage, the Sentai footage, and it was so nice. And even though it wasn't exactly the same, right? Like right from the start, I could tell they were the Zap 3D models.
Yeah.
But they were nicely done, and they really did try to recreate it. And that, for me, that was the best part.
I appreciate the effort.
It made me feel like a kid, and the volcano exploding and the earth opening and all that.
Alpha is, I guess I gotta warm up the volcano.
Yeah.
No, like just the calling for the Zords, I was just hyped, and it was definitely a good effort. It looked well, like the CG looked like pretty good. It took me a while to be like, oh, is this like practical like miniature effects, or is this like CGI? And then when they combined, it's like, okay, so that was like CGI. It was definitely.
There's the going back to the gear. You notice that on the belt, it looks like the Hasbro Power Morpher, but they're using the Bandai Power Morpher as a prop.
Oh yeah,
because like where it says Power Rangers, the strip is like really thin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like Hasbro is like, use our toys.
Yeah. pretty much. Like, yeah, you gotta put product placement at least for like the Hasbro stuff like somewhere.
That was nice to see. So we have Alpha 8 being turned into Robo Rita. It would be cool if Robo Rita came back and then she was like this badass cyborg.
Yeah.
It'll be cool, and also just we finally get proper putty patrollers like golems. Who's this? Is this Blackwing 2040?
Oh.
Has he arrived?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm probably in there.
Were you asleep?
I needed a nap, bro. As soon as I came home from the con, I needed a nap. I'm sorry.
No.
No, man. Hey, if you wanna, no pressure. If you need to go back to your nap, man, it's not a problem.
Nah, it wasn't like a whole long. It was only 2 hours. I just needed a nap because literally I was at the con all 3 days straight, waking up, walking around, all that. I just needed like a little quick decompress.
I'm running low too, bro. So it's cool.
Hey, man, you 3 hours ahead of me, so
you forget. I'm a couple of decades older.
Man, shut up. You still 30.
No, I actually turned 40 in 2 weeks.
Damn, you old.
Anyway, we're talking about the villains and Power Rangers once and always. So
Well, I thought we were talking about. All right, all right. I thought
yeah.
we were
So
talking
go
about
ahead.
now.
I need to make a detour, but go ahead. Give me your thoughts on once and always. John, go ahead.
Wow. Once and always, it was a really, really cool project. I mean, I only watched it once, but I feel like I should have made a sometime to go back and watch it again. But it was a really beautiful project, just to see some of these Rangers that we haven't seen on TV screen in such a long time, especially giving us interactions from Ranger actors that we haven't got to see before, like seeing Zach finally interact with Rocky and Kat, and also interacting with Aisha and Adam, who was his successor. That was really, really, really dope. I do applaud them for creating new sets, like a new moon. I guess you can say like a new moon base for Ro Rita. The suit designs for the robotic versions of the monsters was cool. I mean, and of course, having to only get like two classic monsters, you're not gonna get like the whole thing. But what they had with what they had to do, it was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciated that they made set to like the juice bar. I thought it
Oh
was
god, the
pretty
juice
awesome
is fantastic.
because it was spot on.
Yeah. Like, I would say, like, if you were looking for any faults, you would have to go through it with a fine tooth comb because it, like, it just was absolutely perfect. Like,
Yeah, you have to be looking for problems.
yeah, like actively looking. Like,
and then like the things that were
I
cheesy,
did.
it was almost like it was done on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
One not really an issue that I had, but well, actually, yeah, this is kind of an issue because with Adam and Aisha representing Space Patrol Alpha or SPA, I wish they did have a little bit more screen time. Like all they had was just like two scenes with them all over a video call,
Yeah.
and then they show up literally at the end of the special. I wish they had a little bit more screen time. That's one problem that I did have though.
yeah, just to kind of have an idea of what they're doing because it was like were they picking up all the because they were on a mission from somewhere, but when they initiated the Bandora protocol, you seen Terra Venture on there. But I'm like, is this a new Terra Venture? Because that space colony is not around anymore,
Nah,
Like, it's very weird because it's like it felt like we missed like a season or something with like them patrolling and stuff. Like, it was just like, wait, why are you guys in space? Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, say more. Like, Adam, are you fighting demons or something, man? Like,
Yeah, I thought you was part of Operation Overdrive. What happened?
yeah.
Yeah, but I felt that was like more of a callback to the comics because in the comics, SPD is already there, even though they are still Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Because they were like helping form SPD on Earth, right?
No, in the comics they have like their own. Well, they defend all the galaxy, but they don't mess with Earth, and they exist and they help other planets, and they're police.
the space police.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed as a theme in the recent Power Rangers is that that the Power Rangers create a problem and then they get powers to solve their problem. Because you go back to Beast Morphers and Nate is fucking around with snake venom DNA and the vengeance virus.
Yeah.
And then
way to go,
whoopsies. Now,
Nate.
now you have the Grid Battle Force, and then again with the Sporix Beast and Dino Fury, and they was like, oh, we're gonna use this for war, and it's like that's not a good idea. Whoopsie daisies, Morphin Masters had to come up and be like, hey man, y'all fucking around. Can you not please? Here's some power, let's fix it.
Stop it.
You know,
And then here goes Billy. Billy's like trying
made
to
a
bring
good
back
point.
like, oh Zordon, we're
Yeah,
gonna
just-
get you back. And now whoops, here comes Rita.
Yeah, it was just like some weird cyber necromancy and stuff. but I think that might just be like, I would say more of the storytelling of like this era, because I mean, even like comics and like animation, that's what I've been seeing. It's more the heroes create the problems and then they gotta like solve it, rather than
Yeah.
like an outside force like coming in.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's more of a I'm doing it because I'm evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I think the producer actually said sometimes that there was already like a formula for the show.
The Bible. That
Yeah.
Ranger
Yeah, they had
Bible.
like a Bible, and they had to, even though they had to do like new stories and adapt Sentai and all that, they had to follow the rules exactly. And maybe one of those was a rule, maybe.
Possibly.
That-
Yeah. Like that's
That Ranger Bible help is the reason why Power Rangers is going on a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it hurt the show more than it did.
Oh God.
I'm so glad though. I'm so glad that we stopped that, like somehow this year. Like I feel like Once and Always and Cosmic Fury kind of broke that set of rules a bit.
Mhm.
I hope we get more of that.
Because yeah, no, literally, I would say like after the Z wave happened, like even young me was kind of just like, wait, why are all these villains showing up? I thought it was just like Dunzo.
So it was done.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just Dunzo. But man, like
It was
Zordon
kinda-
just
I think
exploded
there's no
and
explanation.
missed
for
a lot
that.
of things.
Well, there's a simple explanation for that.
Yeah, like I
Go-
like
go
I
straight in
actually
on
had to
it,
go on the
all of
wiki
it.
and kind of be like, wait, am I missing something? It's like, oh yeah, here's like the workaround. It's villains from different dimensions, time travel bullshit.
Yeah,
this,
because
this.
it worked. It worked up to Wild Force because he wiped out everything in space. Then Trakina and whoever else were in the Lost Galaxy. Then they got out.
Yep.
Then you had the demons who were let loose in Lightspeed, and then you had mutants from the future,
Mhm.
and then you had Master Orc resurrect the ancient evil.
Yep.
So then it made sense, but once you got into the Disney era, then it was just kind of like,
Anything goes. Like anything goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take over this whole planet. Who's gonna stop me?
Is it Emperor Grum? What? He was operating before the Z wave, so I'm like, come on, like what
Yeah.
happened?
Like, was he like hiding underneath like a radiation resisting like goodness rock or something?
Yeah. Maybe he thought he was doing good, so the wave didn't hit him.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that is like
he just went evil after that.
yeah, that is actually a good workaround. Like that, like
Well, he wasn't evil enough yet.
yeah, he wasn't.
yeah,
evil
He was
enough,
just
or,
bad. He wasn't evil.
Or if you
he was a
believe
bad
what you're
person.
doing is good, no matter how evil it may seem, the wave won't hit you.
So basically, this whole story takes place a year before Dino Fury. People were questioning it because you had the Blitz Blast girl. What is it called? Blaze Blast. The internet that
Buzz Blast.
Buzz Blast. There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm
I'm like
He was
Blitz
just-
Blast. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That whole internet thing, I didn't like it. The Dino Fury, but this is lame. But
Oh, I kind of liked it. It was fun.
yeah, I
Kind of
don't
fun.
hate it, but I'm just like, the internet doesn't work like that.
it's definitely like something of the times. It's like
Yeah.
it's very much like, hey, my fellow kids.
Yeah, my-
Or something that had a good
It
play
felt
on
like
words.
what? What did you say? Say it, Blackwing?
I was saying they probably needed something to have like a little play on words.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they established the Angel Grove branch after because there was a putty attack a year before, so you got to do all the the legalese, and then okay, let's open up that branch in Angel Grove. After that monster attack. But some things about Kat. She lost her accent. If you haven't noticed,
She's
She,
here in USA.
she's been living
that
in
was like
America far too long.
Yeah, that was like some loosening of the belt right there. Like just getting comfortable with like a role that you haven't done in a while. But yeah, that Aussie accent, like I could just
It's
hear
gone.
it. Yeah,
It's just
But-
a little bit.
yeah.
It
it's
comes
a-
and goes.
it's a-
Like she was at the
yeah.
con weekend, and I got to say hello to her. Yeah, it sometimes comes out a little bit, but yeah, it's she's full on American now. But
Yeah. I actually watched Once and Always today, and I was hearing it with my earphones, and when she talked, I was like, why she's not doing the accent right now? And then she did another line, and then she had the accent, and then she didn't, then she morphed, and she didn't. And it's like when she did the how do you say, when she recorded the
ADR.
lines when
Oh,
they
yeah.
do HDR or something like that.
Yeah, ADR.
And ADR, and she forgot, like, whatever.
It might be like something like, oh, you only have like 2 takes, like make them count.
Yeah.
And then there was the funny kind of Easter egg that Kat was operating a crane.
Mm.
Oh, I
I
didn't
never
catch
caught that reference. When I first watched it, I didn't catch it. I was like, Crane. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Remember all that drama about that flip car on Twitter? You guys
Nah,
Possibly. There's been way too much Twitter drama, so it kind of just goes.
I mean, the you know Gio, you know best of all the Ranger community, they'll go ape shit over just
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
littlest things. But
Yep.
I apparently that car was the issue. Someone, I guess, someone leaked a photo of that car. I guess when Charlie was going to save the couple.
oh, that photo.
Oh
Yeah.
That car was flipped over, and everybody's like, "Oh, is this how
yeah.
they Trini dies? Because she actually died in the car."
Oh
People
yes.
were-
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
People were making all these assumptions.
I mean,
Yes,
like,
I remember
I
that.
was like, you
Yeah, I
guys,
remember.
just
yeah,
wait.
it's
Just wait until it comes out, and then look what happens. It was nothing.
yeah. That's the
It
one
was
thing with
not.
like.
Of course, it
God,
was
yeah.
not.
That's the one thing with like the American Toku like community. It's like we are very fast to kind of like jump on stuff. And it's very much like we need to like pump the brakes and stuff. Like just wait
Just
a little bit.
takes one
Yeah.
photo, and the American Toku fans just run with it and run into the ground. I'm like, before y'all even get the details and the nitty gritty, y'all just assuming everything.
It drives me nuts. That's why I checked out long ago,
Mhm.
but that's part of the reason why I never really bothered with it.
But
But,
why the hell would you think that? I'm more amazed about that. Like,
Yeah,
what
I mean,
makes
I
you
have
think
we,
that the
we
company
have
will
more of this
go
drama
that
in Cosmic
direction?
Fury. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Oh God.
I
Oh
got
yeah.
more.
No, yeah, the Cosmic
But,
Fury drama is just very fresh in my mind. But yeah,
Cos-
no, like
I got a lot of words.
we're gonna wrap it up.
Mhm.
Just one thing about Billy's growth. If you look at Billy in season 1 and Billy now and going into Cosmic Fury, he is the mentor character, and it's just kind of cool
Yeah.
to see
He's
the
in
growth.
the short
Billy,
Yeah,
Billy has
basically.
grown so
very
much
night and day.
that I feel like he's definitely the second best Ranger that came out of MMPR, from how he started to where we see him now and Once and Always, from going from like a shy scared guy who didn't like fighting, or who kind of fumbled fighting in the beginning of the series, to like in the middle of season 2, Billy stops wearing his glasses, and then he becomes even a more confident fighter and becoming like the help to the alien Rangers, and then going into like Cosmic Fury, where he's literally takes up the mentor role just like Tommy did in Dino Thunder. So
Yeah.
Billy, like, if there was like a ranking, I would say he's the second best character that was fully developed out of MMPR. Everybody
I would-
else, I feel like there's still. I feel like there could have been everybody else. Like
Yeah, I feel like
with
the other Rangers didn't like Rocky didn't grow at all. He just got old.
Not, yeah, he was
Yeah.
still a goober.
Rocky
Like,
just got old.
yeah,
But I would
like
say
when he came in, he's like, "Oh man, you interrupted my lunch." I'm like, "Oh man, I feel that also." But yeah, it's like it's like we've never left. We never
Yeah.
left.
I would
I
say
think my-
Billy is the
Rocky is-
new
I
leader of the Power Rangers. Like I would say
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be
With-
surprised moving forward
Yeah.
if like David makes like a lot more appearances as Billy, like going on, because I mean going back into like the talks of the comics, that's what it feels like, because when they're doing Ranger Academy, like the first character they introduced was Billy.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say was like I think with Rocky, because I know people think Rocky is considered the joke, the clown character. I feel like he had more growth in Zeo than he did in MMPR. And going back to Once and Always, with like, you guys interrupted my lunch. I'm like, oh, Rocky's still the clown.
Fucking Rocky.
Yeah. And getting back a bit on David Just and Billy, I'm so glad they brought him back, because I don't know if you know, but he was discriminated back in the 90s when he did the show, and the producer actually wanted to bring him back to do men's for that, because he wanted to to make him justice about everything that happened, because Saban did some terrible things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
mean
was-
there's a lot of shade
terrible
in
things.
MMPR. If you look close enough, it's a lot of questionable.
Yes. Yeah.
But just to end things out, it would be cool to see, like, not sure how this reboot is going to happen, if it's just something completely new altogether, or they're going to just start up where they left off. But it would be cool to see, like, Billy be the mentor. And, if they do reboot, like, don't use Jason, Zach, Kimberly, Trini, Billy. Like, use the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but don't use those characters. Just have them be somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of, like, if you go back to the 2017 movie, it was cool to see new people play those characters, but
It's pretty much just like, trying to get like old fans, like hooking them in, because it's like it's it's the same guys, like
yeah.
like come back in, watch the movie.
And there was that stone that was, I don't know if you guys caught it outside of Cranston Tech. There's this rock in the courtyard. I'm like, maybe that's a piece of the command center. Who knows?
Yeah, like
Who knows?
yeah, I vaguely remember seeing that. I was like, huh, that's an interesting like decor, like like choice. Like
Okay, final thoughts on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
It was a nice, beautiful project. The actors did a great job with what they had, and I actually hope that this could lead to further reunion projects to happen, because we never really we've gotten Ranger reunions before, even with Ranger seasons at Power Morphicon and at other conventions and all that, but to do like a actual project, a reunion project with Rangers from past seasons, like this is something I would definitely say this could be a start to a tradition that could keep going, as long as the passion for the projects are there, and as long as the actors are willingly wanting to do this, because they want it. They sometimes they always want to do it. If the fans want it, then they'll do it. So I hope this definitely leads to like a future trend of anniversary projects or future projects for classic seasons.
All right, go ahead, Gio.
Definitely. Oh well, I love the Once and Always, and it made me feel like a kid again, and I appreciate that, because it was very nostalgic. I think they kept the tone right. Like, it was dark sometimes, but it was goofy and silly sometimes, and they weren't afraid of that, and they took it seriously, even though you could tell that was a rubber monster and whatever. And this was CGI and all that, but I appreciate it. They did a great job, and I hope, like Blackwing said, I hope this leads to other reunions, and I think it did pretty well on Netflix. So I hope maybe we can get maybe something focused on season 2 or maybe season 3 or jump straight to CEO or something like that. But it would be nice to see something else.
Nathan.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, there was some faults with like Once and Always, but at the end of the day, it was a very comfy series, very nostalgic. It was great seeing like, old faces. And yeah, like, redoing like the sentiments, like I do hope it leads into like more of these reunions, because like I know like the Time Force cast is like, they're very tight. Like they are very like tight knit. And
Yeah.
I'm blanking out on like the Blue Ranger's name. I know he's a like fellow Filipino, but yeah, yeah.
I forget.
just remember
Blackwing, what is his name?
Yeah.
The actor's name? Kai.
Kai.
No, the actor's name, Time Force Blue.
Oh, Michael Capone.
Yeah,
There
okay,
you
yeah,
go.
Michael,
Yeah.
because I know like he was in like a few episodes, and he's like, yeah, no, we do like a yearly like catch up with everybody. So it sounds like, if they were asked to do a like, anniversary series, like they'd be all set. So hopefully moving forward, and like, hopefully all like the past teams are like cool with each other. It would be cool to see more reunions.
I wouldn't mind if they jump straight to Time Force. That would be neat.
Oh yeah, no, like God, I mean, like kind of like rethinking it, like Time Force is definitely like up there for me. Like, I mean, when I was younger, it was like, I just watched Back to the Future. There's no time travel in Time Force, but now it's like, this was a well-written show. It was absolutely amazing. We eventually had like, somebody go into Devil May Cry, and I like that. And it led into like, Devil May Cry memes coming into like the Power Rangers fan base, which
you got the number one Time Force fan on the podcast here, Blackwing.
Okay, one thing you should know about me and Corey. Corey hates Time Force. And he's
You do? How
How
dare you?
That's a whole nother topic, but let's sign off. You guys pretty much said everything that I was thinking about Power Rangers Once and Always, and for me, it's I've been writing hard Power Rangers for 30 years, so it's kind of like, what, it's time to take a break. So like outside of like a few figures, I'm just kind of gonna pack up everything and just not look at it until the reboot happens. Just take a break. So it was a nice send off, like closing a book.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? I think that's what the franchise needs. It needed closure, and it needed to be gone for a while, because that will remind people that you still want them. Because fans, they've been so picky lately. Then they complain about everything.
You gotta
thing.
give people a chance to miss it.
Some like
so they need time to miss it.
Yeah, like I mean, jumping to like Kamen Rider, with it being like having a 10-year like hiatus, like when it came back swinging. So I would say, Power Rangers needs like a break.
They need to really reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, some time to like rethink things out.
All right, so that has been the DYNA CAST Anniversary Special Part 1. We'll be back with Part 2 with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So this has been Blackwing. We got Nathan and Gio Alvarez. I am C.GIBSON Rex. Follow us on our socials somewhere. I'm gonna pin them somewhere. I don't know where they're gonna be.
Maybe, down there. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe have it jump around a bit. Like, have them work for the link.
They're just like, pause the video to catch it. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.